Good evening, everybody. One side I thought to open the Dharma talk about one certain subject, but I say again, maybe anyone have a question? Okay, if nobody, so when we are practicing Vipassana, we are practicing looking at nature. We are practicing mindfulness and we are looking at the nature as it is. And when we see the natural things, we see the characters of the nature. For example, I ask, when you are practicing meditation, sometimes you are thinking?
Habt ihr viel denken, wenig denken?
It's all the time the same or it's changing? Sometimes the subject of the thinking or the way of the thinking is make you unsatisfaction. Sometimes the thinking is not nice or about not nice subject, or sometimes maybe you are unhappy that you have so many thinking. Can you control the thinking? Can you say that this thinking belongs to you? When you look at one element, we talk only about thinking now, okay? Just one element. This is, you can see by the questions that I ask you and the answer that you answer, I can see that you already understand three things. We just say that in the nature there are three characters that wherever you look at the nature you will see. First, you say everything is impermanent. Everything, you call it anicca. Everything changing all the time, never stay the same. Second element is called dukkha, suffering. You say, I'm not a good person, I'm not a bad person that I'm talking about this, but I just see this is nature things. In the nature we have suffering. And the third element is anatta, it means non-self. Impermanent, it's, for example, now there is the sun. Before we have a cloud. Later we'll have the darkness coming, the night. Change, the weather change, let's say. Easy to understand. Is anyone that is not agree with this idea, or you don't understand exactly what the meaning of anicca? Things is changing all the time. Maybe anyone you don't exactly agree with this idea that things change all the time. Another example, once I was a child, get older and then die always. This is mean anicca, changing all the time. Second element is mean dukkha, suffering. The Buddha he say birth is suffering. Usually people say, why? Birth is very happy. You bring the child to the world. Is happy. But actually if we look at the birth, we see that many elements of suffering exist during this process of birth. Physical suffering and mental suffering of the mother during the time of the birth. After the birth, maybe the child problem with the mind or body. After the birth, some problems or mental or physical that can be created to the mother. Many difficulties when you have to take care for the baby. So all this process of birth, bring many conditions, different kind of conditions of different suffering. We say it's just a nature thing. It's not good or bad that I'm talking like this. I'm just saying this is the fact of life. It's not that I want to talk about this positively or negatively. I'm just saying this is conditions like this. It's the same way that I will tell you this is red color. I don't judge it. I don't say it's bad or good. It's just a red color. And then we have growing up, aging. And aging is also create a lot of suffering. Many people, they try to be young, they want to stay young, they try to maintain the body young, and then getting old. Many sickness, many things with the old age, and then dying. We don't want ourselves to die, we don't want other people to die for us. And then we have sorrow, sadness, illumination, like crying about someone. Lamentation. Okay. And then a different kind of suffering of mental, let's say. We have pain, we have physical pain, we have mental pain. And then we want something, we cannot get it. We don't want things, these things is coming to us, is also. And then losing someone dear to us, someone we like very much. Then you say, actually, all this format, what is here, it's a matter of suffering. And then this is when he explains what is the meaning of suffering. So when people they really understand that in the life there is suffering, they start to try to change, to do something which is improving the life. So if people they will understand that there is suffering, in the middle of suffering they will try to change, they try to improve their life. That's why he call it right wisdom. This is one element from the 4 elements we have to understand, what we call right wisdom. Many people they don't understand it. Something even they are suffering, they are fighting with themselves, we are fighting with others, but they don't admit. They want to better for them to push it away, to ignore it. These people, sometimes people come and ask me what to do, this and this, you don't admit, you don't. I say don't go into debate, don't go into argue. Not necessary to make argument with these kind of people. Let them, they will understand what they understand when they understand. And the third thing, it's what we call anatta, non-self. Just for suffering, because sometimes we also have good times, sometimes we enjoy the life. But the Buddha says it's not a real happiness. Why it's not real happiness? Because it's changing. Because of this, it's just a feeling that just arises on us now, in this moment, or for some time, but it will change. That's why it's not real happiness. That's why this kind of happiness also the Buddha called it's matter of suffering. Because it's changing. And how it creates more suffering? Because when we hold it, we want it to continue. We want it to be better one. And then we fall into greed. So it's not only that I enjoy now, it also creates more suffering on me when I'm holding it and it's run away from me. You don't feel ashamed, but there is anyone that is not agree with this idea, one that it's not understandable for him. Actually this impermanence and suffering is mostly if we say it's easy for us to understand. When we understand the idea, it's easy for us to understand. People learning about Buddhism, they learn there is non-self. What's the meaning of anatta? Anyone can explain what the meaning of anatta? Non-self. Well, I'm sitting here.
Bedeutet nicht selbst.
Who is sitting here? It's not Bernard sitting here. So who is sitting here? Why the Buddha say it's not me? What do you mean? Anyone understand what the meaning of anatta? I am sitting here, I am thinking. Huh? Anyone can really understand what the meaning of the anatta? Why the Buddha didn't say I am not exist? Why did you say I am not exist?
I'm not my body.
Huh?
I'm not my body.
Oh, okay. Okay. And what more? How can you explain that I'm not my body? So who is this? If it's not my body, so your body? So who is this body?
Because also you think also.
I'm thinking, yeah, for sure I think.
So I can't say I am my body because my body doesn't think.
Your body is not thinking, but I think. No, I mean, my body is not thinking, okay? But I'm thinking, no? So who is thinking? It's not me. Okay, so I have my body, this is one thing. But I have my thinking also, it's another thing. I belong, they belong to me, and this belongs to me.
But it always changes, so
yeah.
you also can't control it. You can't control your body and you can't control your thinking, and they're always changing, so who are you?
How many people here sitting understood what Anna said? See, this is actually when we talk about anatta, we don't talk I'm not exist, about these things that not exist. Sometimes people they don't understand, they think, oh, what means that everything in the life is imagination? I imagine everything? What is it? Something like that. Don't understand what the meaning. Everything is about definition, about what there is the meaning of what we are saying. For example, when I say chair, Yeah, there is definition what is chair. So the important is not the word. The important what we mean when we say something. Even for the word mind, you know how many meanings when we use the word mind in Buddhism. How many things, because we don't find the real words what the Buddha means. But the important is not the word mind. The important what we are meaning when we say this word. So in the same things when the Buddha say anatta, there is a meaning for this. It does not mean that I'm not sitting here now. It's not the meaning. Yeah. The meaning of anatta is, if I take two elements, I can define it in two ways. One, it means not I cannot control everything I want. The second is not belong to me. So okay, I will continue developing this, and then I will make you involved. The Buddha said we are as creatures, let's say. We are building from 5 elements, 5 aggregates. Aggregate in Pali we call Khanda, Pancha Khanda. For example, if I say will, what is belong? The will. Thinking about something in my mind. Can you tell me what I'm thinking about? These things that I'm thinking have will. Think. What is have will? Which element? Which things in there? What you know there is a will?
A wheel, like the wheel, the tire.
Tire, yeah.
The tire and the how you call it?
Yeah. Which what is this in my mind that I'm thinking about now? Huh?
The form.
Huh?
The form. The form.
What do you mean form?
It's round. It has a round. It's round. As a form, it is round.
No, I'm just thinking about something that in this something there is a will. Simple question. Car, okay, car. But I'm not. Okay, I say.
Auto.
So I say, okay, car is one possible, but bicycle is also, motorcycle is also possible. So you don't know exactly what I'm thinking about. You approximately you can guess about it. Okay, so I say okay, because you don't know exactly. So I tell you that besides wheels, the things that I'm thinking about have also, let's say, light. So what I'm thinking about? Bicycle is can be. Yeah, the bicycle have this. Okay. Okay, so can be bicycle, can be. So I tell you that what I'm thinking about have the wheel, okay, they have light and have engine. So what I think about?
As car.
Okay. Motor.
Airplane maybe?
Airplane.
Okay. Airplane also can be. Okay. I continue. There is also windshield. What I try to say that if I continue like this, after certain times, certain numbers of elements, all of you say, for example, this is the car for sure. Maybe I don't tell you the size, maybe I don't tell you the color, but in maybe 20 elements, every car must have 20 elements. For example, I just give the number 20, for example. It means 20 elements, 20 parts create car, okay? It means that the car is 20 aggregates, 20 khanda. In the same way, when I tell you 5 elements, the Buddha says, you know, this is the creatures. Or let's talk about human beings. For example, I'm human being. Let's see what I must have here to be human being. Clear what you see. I need to have to be human being. Body is one aggregate. Huh? If I say this, whatever, there is no body, you cannot say it's a human being. Huh? Yeah. And then what more I have?
Feeling.
Feeling. Okay. Feeling is another element. Okay. Another aggregate. What more I have?
Senses.
What means senses?
To smell and to hear.
These things we call it consciousness.
Diese Dinge, also
because
sehen.
the body has the eyes. Eyes is body things. Huh? All these things is part of the body. And sometimes I don't pay attention to what these things get information. Sometimes I don't pay attention. Someone call me, I don't pay attention. It means when I pay attention, when I my, let's say, my soul, I don't know, whatever inside, pay attention to it, then it means that the consciousness of the hearing come into function.
Yeah.
Same thing, this thing is actually in the body. Okay, when you say my body, so you talk about this kind of things, what we call eyes. Okay. But I don't every time see, for example, now I hardly see you. When I pay attention to what I see, in this time maybe I don't hear, I don't pay attention to the ear, but I pay attention to what I see. It means that the consciousness of the thing comes to the function. So we have six sense doors, hearing, seeing, smell. We say we have consciousness of hearing, consciousness of seeing, smelling, tasting, feeling, and also thinking. Sometimes I pay attention to what I'm seeing. So this we call consciousness. Sorry?
Intuition is a sense too?
No, I will. One moment I talk. You say, okay, intuition also we have. I show you where we put the intuition. Okay? I talk about this. We are now looking for 5 things to see what the Buddha means when you say, I am building from 5 things. So we talk, everybody say very nicely, body. Okay, you say feeling, you say consciousness. We are missing another 2. We have more inside me. Okay, you talk about how you say intuition. Okay, so I want to look for other things and then I go into the intuition, because intuition is a little bit difficult to think about. So I'm looking for making things simple.
Mind. Mind.
What is mind? What you mean mind? What is mind?
Like, maybe like the thing that thinks.
Oh, okay. So thinking is memory. Okay, remembering. When I'm thinking about the horse, it means I remember the horse. When I pay attention to what I'm thinking, actually the consciousness of the thinking, the memory. Well, later I will use the word of mind. You use the word of mind. I will try to put the mind. Where is this? What? Maybe you try to me. Yeah. So memory is another thing. And one more thing is what we call volition. This is the things that make the reason that make me the action. That I make the action. I have good and bad. For example, anger, worry, doubt, lazy. But I have also loving kindness, compassion. The Buddha used the word of sankhara, and this is the things that you talk about. Also go into this.
The Buddha
altogether 50. Okay, I can eat because I don't know. Someone tell me you eat, so I'm afraid for him and I eat. Okay, but I eat because I'm angry or wanting to eat. Okay. I can eat because I want to recover, for example, it's medicine. So you see many reasons why for me to take this element and to put in the mouth and to swallow, what we call eating. So these things that inside me that make me the reason to make the action, what we call volition. Okay? This is the Buddha used the word of sankhara. We have 50 elements, also good and also bad. Okay, and this is one more thing inside me. So I myself build from these 5 elements, but it's still me. I just analyze myself, but it's still me. To make it more simple, just to repeat, I build. Okay, Phra Ofer is building from have body, have feeling, have memory. Okay, we call it sanya. Sanya is also perception. Okay, or not only memory, also perception. Okay, for example, this was big, this small. Okay, this is also, and then we have volition, sankhara, what we call, and then consciousness. There is any one of you that thinks that we have more things inside us that I didn't mention exactly? As far as you understand yourself, what you have. Maybe you have more things inside you that I didn't mention. Okay. So let's look at these 5 things. We say body, very, very gross, very big. It's here, sitting. You can smell it, you can taste it, you can feel it, you can hear it. Actually, it's here also. My body. My body is sitting here also. I show you. Here, see. Here, I am here. You can argue with me that this is me. Anyone can argue with me? Actually, you also me. Now you are breathing me. This is the, how to say, we call it rupa. It's all the physical element. Also the apple, it's also me. How is me? It's the apple. I threw it away because it's change and become to be the air. Huh? Okay. No. So this is very clear, okay? We say second element is the feeling.
Feeling.
Where is the feeling? Huh? I'm happy! Yippee! Where is this happy? Somewhere inside. Can we point where is it? I cut the brain and then where is it? Things inside me. Sometimes people say spiritual things, mental things, the soul, I don't know what name they give. Something like this inside me. I don't know exactly where is it. You see this? But this, it's not a happy. This is function of the body, what we call body made by mind. Because I'm happy inside, that I don't know where, these things go up. Even though the heart beat fast, I'm happy, I'm excited. This is not the happy. This is just body made by mind. And in this case, or let's say, the body function because of the happiness. So that's why the body moves fast. But this is not the happiness. In the same way, I can sit here, I will be very, very happy, but you don't recognize, because I don't show in my body anything. I will feel the happiness. Actually, when the people ask the Buddha, where is it? The Buddha didn't say anything. In the time of the Buddha, it was most of the people, they say it exists in the art. That's why they say good art, mercy art. They don't say brain. They don't talk about this brain in the finger. It's something like the connection is there in the heart. But the Buddha didn't say yes or no. He just keep quiet about it. Angry art also they use. So we talk about body. We say very easy to define, very easy to see, very easy to understand. And then we have the feeling, we understand it, but we don't know where is it exactly. Like mental things, okay? Okay, let's go on. The next one is the memory, yeah? Remember the horse. So nice horse. He's riding so fast. Show me this horse that I'm thinking about. Where is it here? Again, I can... running horse. It's again what we call mental things. I'm so hungry. I'm so angry about this person. He makes to me so bad things. Again, mental things inside me. I pay attention. I see the picture. We say that the eyes didn't know the scene. Something else inside me know. That's why I said before, the consciousness of the scene. So we pay attention to the hearing, the smelling, the tasting. It means we have different kind of consciousness inside. 6 kinds of consciousness. But this is also something mental inside. This is body, physical element, and this is 4. It's all the time we don't know to recognize. We say this is mental, mental, mental. So not to repeat all the time. The Buddha called this is Rupa. Like I said, Rupa it's not only this body. Rupa is also this body. And this is Rupa. And this is Rupa. All these things is Rupa. Everything. Air it's also Rupa. It's the physical element. Yeah. And then these 4 elements, the Buddha used the words of Nama. Say we are building from Rupa and Nama. Actually to see this, to understand the difference between Rupa and Nama, it's the first stage of knowledge of the Vipassana. Practicing Vipassana, we are slowly learning about ourselves, and then we gain by insight understanding about what we are, what is the world. And the first understanding that you gain about yourself is the difference between body and mind. It means Nama and Rupa. That's why when I ask you, you sit here, you think about your home. Who is thinking about your home? Is your body think about your home, or in your mind you think about your home? What do you think? Where is it now?
In the mind.
So in this case, you can see the difference between body and mind. And then I ask you, what is come first? First you want to move your legs or your hand and then you move the hand, or first you move it and after this you pay attention?
First the thinking.
The one thing is in my mind or in my hand?
In the mind.
So in this case, the mind controls the body. The mind was, if I say that I am body and mind, okay? I am 2 elements, but they are not separate. They work together. There is the cause and effect. There is connection. There is relationship.
And spontaneous action?
Fair. Very good. In this case, what happens? The body is moving first and then you pay attention. It can happen that sometimes we just do something and after this we pay attention. That the body comes first sometimes and then we pay attention later. The mind is follow. Happen to you sometimes? You do something, and then, I'm sorry. It can be happen that the body also sometimes comes first and then the mind pay attention later. Sometimes the mind control the body. Sometimes the body comes first and then the mind pay attention later. It means between the body and mind there is a relationship, cause and effect. To see this is the second stage of knowledge of the Vipassana. That's why when people practicing Vipassana slowly they understand themselves and they understand the nature better. And by this wisdom, the life became easier and easier. Now I'm sitting here, I'm talking to you. We are something analyzing your practice. This is automatically, when you are practicing, you look at nature, automatically you learn this kind of thing. That's why we call it insight. That's why the Buddha said, don't believe, experience by yourself. Look at the nature, your own nature, life nature. You will understand by yourself. And this is insight. This is Vipassana. So that's why the first jhana is to see the difference between body and mind. Second jhana is to see the relationship between the body and the mind, the cause and effect. The third jhana is to see the impermanent. Everything changes. To see the suffering. You see you have pain, you don't like the pain. You see suffering. You see you have impatience. How long? When this time I'm going to finish? Why I never finish the sitting? No, this thinking is too much. Why I cannot concentrate? You see different level of understanding of dukkha, of suffering. And the last things you are learning is what we call anatta. Like I said, definition of anatta is first, you cannot control everything you want. So let's talk about this now. Who I am, as aggregate. If there is atta, if it means if this will 5 elements that I'm going will go into or touch the definition, I cannot control everything I want, it means that is on the definition that I declare what is mean anatta. Yeah? I say anatta is I cannot control everything I want. Okay? So if these 5 things will touch this or will be equal about this, it means it's anatta. Body, can you control your body? Anyone can control your body? Can you control the body not to be born? When you're born, can you control your body not to get old? If anyone can control the body not to get sick, can anyone control the body not to die? Did you see any body that disappear after someone dies because you took the body with them? Can you take your body after you die? You have 57 kilo tomorrow with the airplane. I take my body with me. Actually 57 is more than my body. So what it means? Anyone can control the body. So
you can train the body. Train it. To work, to make workout or to eat special food to stay healthier. So in some way it's possible to.
But after some time it's collapse. It means that you can control it somehow, but not. So it means that not really you can control actually. So we talk body, so it means the body is anatta. No, body is non-self, because this is the way that we define non-self. It means I cannot control, and we see that we cannot control our body. It's not mean that my body is not sitting here. My body is sitting here, but when I say anatta, it means I cannot control it. It's understandable for everybody. Okay, second thing, feeling. Can you choose what kind of feeling to wake up in the morning? Every morning to wake up to be happy. You choose every morning to wake up and feel bad. Can you choose to wake up in the morning to feel neutral? Can you choose what kind of feeling you will have anytime you want? Can you control your feeling? So it means that your feeling is anatta, non-self. You cannot control it. Okay. Then we go to the next thing, memory. Anytime you want to remember something, special things, you can remember names, numbers. Anytime you want to remember things, you can remember them. Any times that there is things you don't want to remember necessarily, you don't remember them. Things I like to forget. So it means the memory is anatta. Because why? Because I cannot control them. And this is what I mean when I say anatta. And then we have sankhara, volition. You see it in the traffic jam. You know it's not good for me to get angry and to the blood pressure. Why not never move? The traffic. I should not be afraid. It's just to go to make examination tomorrow. I should not be afraid, but I cannot sleep all the night. It's just to get a job, new job. But why I cannot? To meet only with the I don't know, the men in the office. But I cannot sleep all the night. It's only small cockroach. Why should I so afraid? You see, this is what we call sankhara. Sankhara is volition. Can you control your volition? Can you control your anger, worry, doubt, lazy, craving, loving kindness, compassion? I should be very nice to the boy, but it makes me so angry. This is when you say sankhara, cannot control sankhara. That's why we say sankhara is also anatta.
Where's the difference between the feeling and the volition?
Feeling, it's like the, how you call, spices that you have inside the sankhara. Understand what the difference between getting anger and to be worried? Can you understand the difference between getting worried and hate someone? Can you understand the difference between anger, worry, hate someone and jealousy? That he a beautiful house or a lot of money or whatever. They're all different. Huh? What's the point? I don't want like this. I don't like it in this way. No, this is the feeling. I don't like, this is the feeling. All of them will have the same feeling. Disliking. Exactly. I show you different feelings. This is my water. I don't give you my water. I'm smiling so much happy. This is greed. Greed cannot come with disliking. I have water, I don't give you, but I will not be sad. I will not be disliking, I will be happy. Understand? The greed will come with happy. The anger will come with disliking. You cannot be and happy. Cannot, not possible. Okay? The aversion, I have pain. I don't like the pain, but I want that the pain will go. So I want that the pain will go. It's good. It's greed or anger? What is it? Because I want the pain will go. This is disliking. That's why it's anger. It's not greed.
But what if I feel greed for something and then I start to dislike?
This is because the mind is very, very fast. So when you like something, this is greed. Yeah. It will be happy. Okay, I'm going to get it, and then I cannot get it. You see, change very fast. When you use Achtsamkeit, mindfulness, this is another condition. It's the same like anger, worry, doubt. This is sankhara, but this is sankhara to know what happened to me. Then it's cutting. And this is what the Buddha found out. I will explain. Can you explain? Too complicated, huh? Anyway, so you understood the difference between you understood the explanation about the difference between feeling and volition? Maybe this one, you can explain this one? Anger, worry, doubt.
There is a feeling like anger or...
No. I try to explain same like this. You understand, you translate, okay? You understand the difference between anger and worry?
No.
You don't understand. They make noise too much. They trouble me very much. This is anger. No, this is anger. I anger, they are troubling. Okay? You can understand this feeling? The car is troubling. Don't let me talk. I will make me anger. The dog coming. Ooh! This is anger. What have I experienced? No, I experience fear.
Fear.
You see the difference between fear and anger?
It's both of them a reaction.
Both of them reactions.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what both of them I call Sankara. Okay? Both of them I call Sankara. But they are the same things or different things that I experience.
Yeah, different formations.
Yeah.
Different things.
Different positions.
My neighbor has beautiful house. I wish I have it. I jealousy about them. Huh? You understand this kind of thing? This kind of, like you say, you call it what you call it. I call it Sankara. You can understand? This is the same like, oh, I'm afraid from the dog. It's the same? Yeah, it's the same thing. You understand the difference? It's not the same.
No.
Okay. So I talk about afraid. Okay, this is one thing. Okay, we talk it's different things from the car make me too much anger. Okay, and it's different from it's totally different from this that I jealous. You understand? Different. Worry, anger, jealousy. Okay. These fat people, I hate them. They all of them troubling. And this is hatred. This is another thing. Okay? When I afraid, this is three things or four things, different things. Okay? When I afraid, I will be happy or I will be disliking. Disliking. When I anger about the neighbor, I will be happy or disliking. Disliking. You see, disliking. The disliking is like how to say spice. Different food, same spice, same feeling. You understand the difference between the disliking and the anger?
Yes.
So this is what she asked, and this is what I explained her. This is the feeling. It's the disliking. This is one thing. Okay, it
so
can come.
The feeling and then the liking or disliking.
The feeling there, the disliking and liking. Liking, disliking and neutral. In Pali we say Vedana.
I mean, there are people who like the hatred also. It's just these three things. To like, dislike or neutral.
Yeah, sure. This is the feeling. For example, before I gave you example of eating. Okay? I give you example of the eating. When someone comes, you eat, oh! In this moment that I'm eating, I enjoy the food. Huh? I have liking. Someone come and beat me, you eat, you must eat. Oh, I'm eating. So in this moment, I am afraid for him. So what kind of feeling I have when I'm eating? I enjoy the food? I'm happy? Not happy. Because why? I'm afraid. So nice food. Delicious. I enjoy the food. Because why? Because the greed. You see, the feeling is different. And it's come by this case because of greed. But it's still liking, disliking, and neutral. And the anger, the worry or the greed is Sankara. Geist object. Sankara is Geist object. You can understand the meaning? You see, name is just name. Definition is just the important is to understand what I mean. So that's why we say these 5 elements. Can you control anything on them? These 5 elements is me. I'm sitting here. If I ask you, can I control my body now? Can I control my feeling now? Can I really control my memory now? Can I control my Sankara volition? Can I control really my consciousness? That's why I say this is anatta. I not really can control myself. It changes by itself. Before you say something very good, if I train, I can influence. We are changing all the time. We sometimes good, sometimes bad. Sometimes I anger, but sometimes I have also loving kindness. Sometimes I have jealousy. I want to take, but sometimes I have generosity. I give. I change. And this is coming inside my mind, okay? Because we say this is in the mind. What do you call it? Anger, worry, doubt, loving kindness, compassion, change. I have one more condition the Buddha find out in the mind. The element to pay attention, what we are doing. Buddha call it sati. It means I know that I'm sitting now. I know that anger coming on me now. I know that I want now.
Yeah.
I know that I have doubt on me. What the Buddha find out, that if this condition, I know what happened to me now, will come as much more inside me, for sure I will change. Like all the time I change. But into better and better and better. Every time the anger will come, if I look at it, the mindfulness, one of the quality of this mindfulness, it will cut it. Don't let it develop into stronger. Before I became a monk, I was working very hard. I came back very, very late at night and take my dinner. Since 6 o'clock in the morning, I was working electricity. Cables. 6 evening, I was finished this work after 12 hours, going to work with disabled people. Eating fast. Eating here, eating there, no time for anything. Coming back home, 10 o'clock at night, my mother, she used to cook for me a plate like this, eating 10 o'clock at night. Radio open, listen music, listen whatever. Very, very tired. And then suddenly, commercial in the radio. Are you tired? In the same moment, oh, my mouth closed. This is mindfulness. The radio give me mindfulness. When you say this is just a commercial, accidentally. In the moment that I was yawning, I hear, are you tired? It's something like I acknowledge, tired. And immediately my mouth closed. Times when I talk about mindfulness, I say people have to be mindful about the way they are sitting. We have to pay attention the way that we are sitting. And then what happens? The people are moving. Why? Because when I mention it, this is something like they hear the mindfulness coming on them. They pay attention on it. They change, but into better. You see how much important to be mindful for everything that we are doing. And the Buddha said that as much as we develop more and more mindfulness in ourselves, that's how what we call ourselves. These 5 things will get better and better and better. How much we practice more, we train the mindfulness, automatically the mindfulness will be more and more and more and more. Not because we will control the mindfulness, but because we train it, so it will develop more and more. So we have 4 elements that we can be mindful. Our body, when we are walking, sitting, standing, laying down, every position, small position, touching, moving, turning, lowering. We have feeling, when we like something, dislike and neutral. We have our mind, thinking, judging, analyzing, criticizing. And then what? We have mind object, anger, worry, doubt, lazy, craving. So we have 4 foundations of mindfulness: body, feeling, mind object. Let's speak together. Gefühle, Geist Object, again, Körper, Gefühle, Geist Object, one more time, Körper, Gefühle, Geist Object. Now you. One more time. Last time. Wunderbar. Questions?
Can you say one more time the mind? What is the mind doing?
In which way, when I say, okay, mind is thinking, judging, analyzing, criticizing. You see, I use the words of mind. We are using the words mind, this is English word. Many things that what in the Buddha used different words. We don't find any, or the people that they translate, let's say, I'm only using the words, okay? I use the words. We don't find another word beside mind. For example, Nama, Rupa and Nama. So all these elements, I use it as a Nama or mind, okay? So this is one definition for the word mind. And now I say to you, we have 4 things: body, feeling, mind. Again, I'm using the same words, but I'm meaning different things now. I'm talking about thinking, analyzing, criticizing. So like we use the word X, many things. Letters in English and letters in Roman, and number 10, no entry, 2 lines, I don't know, so many reasons. We use the word X, but actually we mean different things and we say the same X. So we get used to it so we don't get confused. Now when you are talking about the language of the Dharma, the language of the Buddhism, so you don't get confused about the words mind, okay? You know that this is different words of mind, different meaning. That's why I said to people, it doesn't matter what I say. It's important what I mean. The word is just a word, but the meaning behind the word, this is the important. Any other questions? Okay, so I want to say thank you very much to everybody. I will use this occasion to say goodbye, and about 2 months, something like this. Tomorrow I'm flying back to Israel. Thank you very much for all of you. May you all find the real happiness.